Hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven. This is your timeless tarot reading, and we do not have a specific question today or topic. We are just going to allow the reading and the cards to direct us towards what we need to focus on. Hope everyone is hanging in there, having an amazing day. And let's cut and get down and dirty. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the High Priestess, followed by the World. Very interesting. And so the Queen of Pentacles is very down to earth. This is the minor arcana Earth Mother. And I think there is something going on in the home. And you know what? I think that with the World card, you have been tied up, bound, I should say, to your home. And you're not allowing yourself to connect externally to society, to the world, to other people. And with the High Priestess here, the High Priestess is highly intuitive, of course, and highly perceptive. And your abilities for those two aspects are diminished because it looks like you have become a homebody. Now, with COVID and everything associated with that, you might be working from home, you might not be going out as much, you might have lost connection with your group of friends. And like I said, society. I think a lot of us have gotten into a rut where it's just easier to stay home. And by doing that, once again, you don't have the experiences you did, 2, 3, 4 years ago because of that. Yeah, so you need to get out in the world. And the Queen of Swords is telling us that, look at that butterfly above her head. That transformation, that change. We have become bound to our little cocoon, which is our home, our safety, where we feel most comfortable. We need to get outside of that comfort zone and reassociate, reintroduce ourselves to the world. And the swords with the communication and that perception. I think your perception is cloudy, which also goes into your intuition. And because you are not able to observe the activities in society, you've kind of lost touch on how to apply and act in certain situations that you were involved in as an individual or as a couple if you have a partner. So this is talking about going out and communicating with the world, even if it's just an exchange of energy where you put things in that memory bank, you observe, you have experiences, you talk to other people. And with that Seven of Cups on this side, I think you feel like your choices are limited. And this represents the macro. So when we talk about the macro in this instance, we're talking about everything that is above and beyond, outside of your little piece of, let's say, heaven, right? So in your home, you're comfortable, it's warm, it's loving. I don't think anything's wrong with the household. I don't think any relationship, if you live with other people, is under any kind of stress. But if you walk outside the door, get into the car, take a walk, you see all these choices that you can make to have those experiences that will give you the information, give you the perception, and give you the ability to tap into your intuitive nature and apply some of that to your life. And we talk a lot about getting into a routine that is required for self-preservation. And the Queen of Pentacles is definitely a homebody. But I think loves nature, getting out into the world, having those experiences and feeding your mind, right? With communication, with observing, everything that's outside of, your front door. And let's get clarification where we go under each one of these cards. So absolutely. With the Page of Wands, if we're getting clarification on the Seven of Cups, with all those choices we can make, everything that's out there in the world for us to participate in, to gain experience from, once again, to have that perception and gather that information, whether it be audible, visual, emotional. This Page of Wands is telling you that you need to go outside. Get out in nature. Get out and have conversations. Connect with other people. Connect with the earth. Get out in nature if you can, depending on where you live. So with this journey, this is going to start fulfilling that mental need that you have. And also that need to hear the birds sing. To go out and be in green grass. I know it's winter right now. Probably not a lot of green grass. Maybe go look at the snow. Look at the trees. Go to the creek, go to the river. I think you're and you know what, this time of year, with the cold, with the winter, depending on where you live in the world, a lot of times that helps to keep us isolated, right? But this is telling you to go outside, have that adventure. And it doesn't have to be in nature. I'm just looking at the Queen of Pentacles, and I think you are really fulfilled by the experience of being out, outside of the city. But you also have an aspect of your being that loves communicating with other people, that loves experiences, that maybe likes to sit and watch and you're an observer and you just take in information. But with that Queen of Pentacles, let's get clarification on that. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So it's been difficult for you to juggle being a homebody and also loving everything that the world has to offer. And that's what you're doing right now. You're at home, not experiencing the world, and you need to balance that out. So this is talking about balance. This is talking about duality, right? With the two. So you need to balance your home life, your private life, and your public life. And let's get some clarification on the High Priestess. So your emotional level here is affecting, once again, your abilities of perception and intuition. And perhaps with this Knight of Cups, you need to feed those emotions by going out, even if it's going outside to go back inside, going to see a movie, going to listen to some music, a local live band. When we talk about emotions, a lot of times we talk about relationships with either a romantic partner or with friends or family. Now, I think this plays into it. So possibly getting together with friends, with your partner, with family. So it doesn't have to be just you going out by yourself, although I think you're very independent. The Knight of Cups might be telling you that you need to get together with at least one other person and share those experiences. We always talk about sharing experiences with other people. It's almost like if you did go out into nature and you saw the most amazing, for example, waterfall, and a bear or cougar or something cross the path, and you saw that, yes, that's an amazing moment for you. But if you had someone else to share that with, then you can have a conversation about it, about how it made you feel. The same thing with music, with art, and conversation is art. Having conversations with people outside of your home is very important for the psyche, to have that external, that macro experience. And going back to the Two of Pentacles a little bit, balancing that out with the personal and the public. And once again, I don't think you have any trouble in the home. You've just become very comfortable in your cocoon, but you need to be that social butterfly. Get out of that cocoon and experience the world a little bit. Because without that balance, you'll have almost a calcified, I want to say a calcified third eye, where your intuition's a little off, where you don't have the ability to bring in information from the public and apply those experiences and what you learn based on your observation to your personal life. And so we have the World. Strength. Yeah, so possibly with the Strength card and the World card, I love that it's both major arcana here. The World is Saturn energy. And in this case, I think it's timing. It's time to get outside into the world. And I think possibly having strength, it might not be that you trust the nature of the world right now. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of stuff going on. We just went through a pandemic. You don't want to be around people, even though I think it's necessary for your evolution, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, heck, physically. But we need to find the strength and bravery, right, to get back out into the world, to trust humanity a little bit again. And strength is Leo energy, right? That's spark. You have a passion for people. You have a passion for nature. And you need to feed that. We don't want that flame to be diminished for too long. Because if we don't feed that part of ourselves, then we lose. If you don't use it, you lose it. Right? It takes longer to develop or redevelop your abilities if you don't use them for a long time. And I don't think you're scared to go out in public, to go out in nature, to meet other people and have those experiences. I just think it's easy for you, once again, to stay in that cocoon. It's comfortable. Who doesn't like being warm and comfortable and not having to deal with other people? I think this is telling you to put into the back of your mind. I think you perceive the world as very volatile, but you need to get back out there and experience what the external has to offer to you. And with the Queen of Swords, let's get clarification on that. So yeah, so we have the Star. That Aquarian energy, the collective, society, humanity as a whole. And this is going back to the balance. And this is speaking of balancing your personal home life with a public societal life. And the Star is about hope. So going back through the reading real quick, get outside of your shell. Make sure with the High Priestess, this is a very powerful card, you are accessing those aspects of perception and intuition. Once again, if we're just in a cell, essentially in our home, we have diminished capacity for our abilities. Get out into the world. It's time to do that. Have conversations with people. Be that great observer. Be the butterfly. Get out of your cocoon. And there's so many things that you can see out in the world. There's not one thing you have to do. There are multiple choices for you to go out and gather little bits of information, to start putting that puzzle back together so you can break out of the cocoon and access your abilities. And then we get down to the Page of Wands, right? Be that person with that spark that you have with the Leo energy and go out. Go on a journey. Maybe do something you haven't ever done before or you haven't participated in a long time. Something that feeds your soul. This will help you balance with the Two of Pentacles. Your private and your public life, which helps you balance out all of your thoughts, all of your emotions, all of your creativity, with strength. We have to gather information and process it and learn how we would approach situations, learn how we would change. If we see issues, problems, opportunities in the world, and we're able to use our intuition, we're able to use our perception to transmute that into solutions, then that's what makes us who we are, taps into our abilities, and fulfills us on both levels. And this Knight of Cups, I think this is telling you to have some forward movement. And it doesn't have to be quick. The Knight of Cups is typically slow moving, and which makes sense. You're very down to earth. You're very perceptive. You're not someone that just runs into things and split-second decisions, although the Page of Wands might do that. I think you need to have a kickstart, maybe throw some fuel on that fire to get yourself out of the house initially. But gather with other people. Do something that feeds your emotional state, that taps into all of those sensors that fire off, and it'll start opening up things for you. And with strength, have the courage, have the strength to do it. Have the bravery to do maybe something new, something you haven't done in a long time because of the situation. And absolutely have hope with the Star. There's hope for the world. We need balance. We need to bring our external experiences in the world, learn from them, and apply what we've learned to our internal. And on the flip side, we need to use all of this internal experience, what we've read, what we've researched, what we've learned, and share that with the external, with others who might be going through similar issues that you've already conquered. And you will regain your balance. You will regain your access to that intuitive and perceptive nature. And really have a more emotional experience in life. So get outside, go do something different, call an old friend, meet a new friend. If it's cold where you are, go to an art show. Go see a movie. Go experience art. Go have conversation. And get out of your shell. Be that butterfly. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you hanging out. If you like the video, give it a like. If you enjoy the content and you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you would like alerts. And take care of yourself and have an amazing rest of your day.